So thank you again for your patience and your understanding about the technical issues. And thank you for joining us today. And thank you, Brian, as well, for speaking. It's always great to have you at our events. He's spoken at a number of events, actually, since about, I believe, November. So it's definitely, he definitely knows his stuff, and we're always great to have him at our events. So Brian Epstein is a career coach who has provided coaching services to students and graduates from colleges and universities for over 20 years. He's successfully supported many clients to land new opportunities and launch their careers in their chosen fields. Brian has also coached students in assessing their skills and experience, and he coached clients to determine an appropriate career that is the right fit for them. Brian has helped many students and graduates reach their goals, and as well, he has helped them to develop a resume, LinkedIn, and cover letter that will increase their chances to get requested for interviews. He's improved the client interview skills practice so that applicants can do extremely well in interviews, and he has a successful work strategy and plan that will increase client chances to be hired more quickly. Brian has been interviewed on radio and for various articles about work search and entrepreneurship. He was also interviewed for a Dragon's Den publication. Brian has degrees in business and education from the University of Ottawa and York University, and he completed coach training at the Coaches Training Institute. Brian is willing to offer anyone who comes to today's session a free 30-minute coaching session. You can call Brian at 647-528-9027, and his website is www.epsteinsuccesscoach.ca. So thanks again, Brian, for speaking. I did just get your presentation in while I was giving you your intro, so I'll pop that up on the screen really quick. And again, everyone, thank you for joining us today, and sorry about the delay and the issues.
Alex is going to control the audio or the video. And Alex, is there a way to turn it down so that I don't hear myself?
Yeah, Brian, maybe just, I know it's a little bit awkward, so maybe you want to just try, do you see on the tab on like where you have this open, like on your browser, do you see in the very top left? If you right click on like the name of the tab, you should have the option to mute site there. Do you see that?
Mute myself?
Yeah, no. I mean like mute the audio for, or actually.
You can get the PowerPoint open?
Yeah, so I'm just opening it now, so 1 second.
So I'll see it too.
Yeah, maybe I'm still hearing a bit of echo, so maybe you just want to try turning down the volume on your computer itself. Yeah. Okay. And again, sorry everyone about the issue. Okay, so I'm screen sharing the presentation. Can you let me know if you see that okay, Brian?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Again, everybody, sorry for this issue today.
Okay, so
Alex, you can still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, so everybody, welcome for coming to this presentation today. My name is Brian Epstein, and I've worked with a lot of colleagues, students, and graduates over the years, helping them to get work in their fields.
Sorry, Brian, can you still hear me? I just want to make sure. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me okay? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. So everybody, today we're going to talk about different strategies to look for a job. And there are different strategies. And to be honest with you, a lot of people are looking at different ways to find a job. This workshop is going to be talking about networking. And if you look at it, almost up to 80 or 90% of people find jobs through networking. And I would love to spend some time with you to give you some ideas on how to improve your chances of finding a job. You still have to apply for jobs, but I think the best way to get a new job is to build your network. And a lot of people say to me, "Hey, Brian, I'm just new, and I don't have a network, but I work with college students from different colleges in Toronto and university, and the best way and the quickest way that they have to find jobs is." So today, what we're going to talk about is networking, and people are wondering, who can I network with? And one of the ways to network with is just to talk to people. Alex, if you can go back a little.
Oh, so yeah, sorry. Just let me know when you want me to go to the next one. Sorry about that.
If you can go back a few steps, thank you. Yeah, so if you can go stay on that step, thank you so much.
No problem.
the best way to network is to go to a lot of association meetings and to meet a lot of people. If you're an engineer or you're an IT specialist or whatever you graduate with, you want to meet with people in your own field. And oftentimes you could be meeting with people at different associations. Now, because of COVID, people are meeting online, and that's still a way to meet different people. It's challenging. You can meet new people,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just having an issue on my phone.
okay, so a lot of times people can go to the Zoom meetings and networking meetings and meet with other people. I've worked with lawyers and executives, and they find a way is to find new opportunities is through on Zoom. So a lot of people think, oh, because it's COVID, I can't find a job, and I don't agree with that at all. I think you can be setting up meetings with people at companies and contacting them and trying to setting up meetings to learn about their field. And those people, once they know you, will be willing to introduce you to other people. And this is part of the strategy I use. And one of the strategies that I often use is to introduce people to other people in their network. You probably have people, your friends or acquaintances, even your dentist, your lawyer, and all these people in your network who be able to introduce you. The key is to set up the right message to say to these people. And one of the messages is that I have a background in this. I notice that you have a background in this. I would love to learn more about your field and to find out a little bit more what's happening in your field. And by setting up that, you can learn more about what's happening in the industry. Alex, if you can change to the next page, please. So the biggest thing is reach out, get help, get support, advice, and guidance. A lot of people think, you know what, I don't want to bother people, or why would people want to speak to me? I'm just a young person, or I'm just in college or university. But you'll be surprised. People are open to helping people if you reach out to them. And this is one of the most effective strategies that I find can help people in finding new work. If you can change the next one, Alex, that'd be great. So there's no lack of knowledge out there, just a shortage of asking for help. A lot of people in college and university are afraid to ask for help. And if you ask for help, you will get some support that will lead you to a job. A lot of people think if I just send out a bunch of resumes, and I tried that myself when I was finishing college and university. I thought, oh, the more resumes and documents I send out to people, the better chance I'm going to find work. And I learned very quickly that that was not the way. Some people do luck in and find work that way, but the better chance is to setting up meetings with people and building your network, whether it's associations, setting up meetings with people. Alex, if you change the page, please. So again, who can I network with? I can network with different people. I can seek and share information. I look at it as seeking and sharing information, just like you would go to the library or you look to get information at university. There's nothing to be scared about, and it can be helpful for your own career. And often it's people are open to doing it because they see the benefit of it. They see the benefit that they're talking to a person who's just in university or college who has the most up-to-date information and will be willing to share his information or her information. And at the same time, the employer will be willing to share information, to share what's going on in the industry and in the field. And it's reciprocal. There's a give and take, something that can be helpful for the person that's looking for a job and the person that is in the office who wants to find out the newest information that people may learn in the industry. If you want, sure. So how can you set up these meetings? These meetings could be set up by meeting or in person, or in meeting on Zoom or in person. And a lot of people are doing that today, and they're open to meeting online. People are working from home, and they're open. They want to share some of their expertise with some other people. So the key is, what do I say to some of these people? And that's where I can help you with. Okay, if you can go to the next page. And for your being here today, if anyone has any questions as we go along, please put a question in the right on your chat. I would love to answer your questions. I apologize for the technology issue today, and because of the technology issue, I've just decided as I'm talking that instead of giving one half an hour, I'm going to give an hour to any of you that come up and call me and set up the meeting so I can share with you how I can help you or help you in your work search. I realize you're putting up with a little bit with the technology. So the next thing is I want to talk about the outcomes. By having some of these networking, you can be able to obtain information, guidance, and introductions. You can learn about the different trends, what's happening in the industry. You can learn about what are the needs, what are the market opportunities. Understand how your experience can help today, where you can help an organization, and what suggestions they might have to you to move about in your career. So I would also suggest that you look at your objectives and have a better understanding what is going on in the market. And then you can plan your strategy and your plan. You can determine, do you need to take more courses? Do you need to take more other professional development programs that may be helpful to you? So there's various things that you can do to help yourself as you're looking for a new opportunity. And one of the things I often suggest is increase your visibility. What do I mean by that? I mean that you should volunteer, and if you set up some places where you can meet and talk to people and let them know about yourself, people will know who you are. I remember meeting some clients who they had difficulties in looking for work. So what they did is they volunteered some professional associations. They met some of the people that were working at the professional opportunities, and they were able to connect, and they were able to find new opportunities and new positions. So there's never any delay, or there's never any bad issue for volunteering your ability. So I'd be interested to know how many people here have ever done volunteering, and have volunteering in a different professional association. If you can say yes or no, I get some kind of an idea how many people that might be. Just write that in the chat, and then I could go from there, have an idea. Alex, if you can turn to the next page, please. So one of the things I often want to talk about is who can you actually network with? And one of the things is that you can network with people that are warm contacts, that there's people in your own personal life that you can network with. There's people that are in your second level that would be people that you don't know as well, but they can still introduce you to other people. And then there's people, they're like our cold contacts. Like you contact them and you just say, hey, I would like to meet with you. But the problem is, or it's not a problem, but the warm contacts are the best chance to meet with people. By the way, I just asked some of you who has done some volunteering. I got 3 people who have said that they haven't volunteered. So, and I haven't heard from anyone else. I can't encourage you enough to volunteer, to go out, meet with people. So my next question is, how many people here have done any networking already this winter, and as you're looking for a job? How many people have set up meetings with people and trying to find out about the different industries in the companies. If you want to answer in the chat, I'd be interested what you can share about what you have done in terms of your own networking. Has anyone done any networking? And if you want to share any experience that you've done or what you have done. Okay, and as I look at that in the chat, I'm going to ask Alex kindly if you can go to the next page. So one person responding, thanks Millette for responding. Millette talked about setting up a meeting. He reached out to an organization, but he didn't hear back. And you know what? It's not always for every outlet. You probably may not have done anything wrong, but sometimes we can fine tune the message and see if we can reach out to other people. So there might be a way that we can get in to talk to people. And Milad, I just like to let you know that when you reach out to people and you don't get a response, you can still send out more messages and you can follow up with messages. Asia, I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce your name properly. Asia still suggested that she tried to contact different people to learn more about them. And that's great, Asia. I'd be interested to know what kind of response you had. If you can share that with me, were you able to set up a meeting? And Swati talked about connecting with people on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is a good way to connect with people. And one of the ways is that if you're connecting with people in the same industry, you can say, hey, I see that you are working in the same industry and you have 10 years of experience. You might want to give a sincere compliment to them that I know about your background and I know that you've been successful. I would love to get some of your insight and perspective. Would you be willing to meet with me for 10 to 15 minutes to give me your perspective? Or would you, I'm trying to build my professional network. Would you be willing to set up 10 to 15 minutes? I'd love to get some of your perspective about working in your industry. Actually, Asia said, I found them on LinkedIn, then found their contact on the website, maybe about 25% replied by email, and had a couple video chats. So that is a very good start, Asia. A 25% number is better than I even expected. Sometimes you reach out to people that you don't know cold, people don't respond. But imagine if you reached out to people that you know and you find out maybe they're friends of your brother or sister or other contacts that you know and reached out to them. And your other family members who reach out. Some of these people may be more willing to respond. Or if you join a professional association on LinkedIn and you start connecting to some of these people on LinkedIn and sharing a little bit more about yourself, that number, 25%, may even go up higher. So that goes on what we were talking already about warm contacts. The more people you can contact who you're connected with that are friends or family, or you know from college or university who maybe finished a few years ago, who are alumni, you might have a chance to connect with them. And then there's a message that you can say to some of those people. So I think you're doing some great things at Asia, as are the other people that have reached out. And I highly encourage you not to give up. Sometimes you have to send out more messages if you're using LinkedIn. But here are some other ideas that Alex has on the board right now. And one of them is to expand your network. And in order to do that, I've already talked about volunteering. One other thing that you might want to do is to join a board. You can join various boards in the city of Toronto. There's a place that is called All to West, and they provide some training for people who want to be on boards. I don't have the website right now, but if you contact me, I can give you some more information about being on the board. But being on a board gives you a chance to show your skills, whether or not it's business skills. If you're connecting people who are engineers, you will let people see what you have to offer. People will be more open to hire you if they see you, what you're capable of. So it is highly valuable to be connected and join some boards. I know a lot of you have taken courses, but you might want to see if there's any other, if you're finishing university, you might want to take a part-time course. You may want to write an article or a blog about your own experience finishing college. And I know some of you are good at writing, some of you have challenges in it, but that we can talk about that as well. But if you're on LinkedIn and you're joining some groups, you'll be able to communicate and participate on some of these groups. I highly encourage you to join groups on LinkedIn because that's how you can connect with people and that's how you can let people know what you're all about, and then you can set up some meetings. Okay, and I mentioned already joining alumni and professional associations, but also talking about networking groups. And some of those networking groups can be on from Meetup. I know you're coming from today meeting people, but the more groups you go to, they can be helpful for you. If you come from a different cultural or ethnic group, you might want to find out if there's a business group for your own people that come from your own background, because people may be open to help each other. Or you may find some other professional associations or groups that can be helpful. So Alex, if you could change to the next page, please. Here you can talk about, again, speaking, student and professional associations, if you belong to any. That's a great way to connect other people. If you part of sports teams and clubs, and it's just a matter of saying the right message to them. So if you see someone on your team and he's a little bit older and he's working in the field, you might ask, can I set up a meeting to have coffee with you, even a Zoom coffee? And you may also want to have join chambers of commerce, professional associations, and of course to make contact to people at private companies. But again, it comes down to connecting with people who you know already, okay, who may be able to connect you to other people. Alex, can you connect me to the next page, please? So the 5 tips, remember when you're networking, it's not about you. If you are connecting, people will be open to help you if you can find a reason that you can help them. And if I mention, I see that you've been working in this field. I have some experience working in this field. I would love to learn a little bit more what you're doing, and I can share some information that I just learned in university in this course. I want to see if I may be able to help you as well. Be curious. Try to find out information about the other person. Ask questions. Follow up. If people don't respond, I know some of you said, hey, yes, I know, my lad, I'm sorry, there is a big echo, and that's why I'm offering everybody an hour, and I may soon increase that to an hour and a half. I think I am going to increase that to an hour and a half for all the problems that you're having today. Anybody that comes to today can get an hour and a half. I'd like to make up for this technical issue that you're having. But I'd love to offer you some expertise. Set up the meeting with me. My website will be at the bottom here, and we'll talk about that, how I can help you the best way possible. So here is I'm putting my information at the bottom, and I'll put my phone number, and okay, there's my phone number, and here's my email address. You can make sure that you call me, and we'll set up a meeting, each of you. Alex, the thing to keep in mind, and thank you for changing the page to the page. It's not about you. It's about being genuinely interested in learning from other persons. Being curious, journey to find out about other people. Ask questions. Follow up. Okay, Alex, if you can go to the next page. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the wrong date. If you can go to the next page after that. So I have that. If anybody has any questions for me right now, I would encourage everybody that was on today to take advantage of an hour and a half. I've never offered this before. I just apologize for all the technical issues that there has been today, and I want to make it up to you. So set up a one-to-one meeting. If you want to bring a friend with you, or two friends, or a family member, you can bring that person to the meeting, or I can meet with you independently. It's up to you. But we'll set up a meeting, and I can help you. So thank you for coming today. Again, I apologize for the technical issues. And over to you now, Alex.
Hi, sorry, I'm just going to turn my camera back on here. Sorry, one second. Yeah, so I just want to say thanks again, Brian, for speaking at another event. And again, I apologize, everyone, for the technical issues. It's a very strange. We've never had that happen before. Brian has spoken many times. But yeah, I just want to say thanks again, Brian, for another great presentation. It's always great to have you at our events. And I see that you put your information in the chat as well. So if anyone has any questions, or if you want to reach out to Brian about the free coaching session he's offering as well, definitely do that. He's definitely can help you out a lot. But thanks again, Brian, for speaking, and my apologies again about the issues.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye.